Lillian Harden, an RN, a realtor, notary, entrepreneur, and a mentor. Lillian Harden is a multifaceted professional with over 30 years of experience dedicated to helping individuals achieve financial well-being and personal growth. As a registered nurse, real estate agent, notary, and retired senior human resource manager, Lillian has spent her career empowering others to navigate their finances, to understand credit reports, to develop effective budgets, and map out successful career paths. Her passion for service is deeply rooted in her personal journey. Motivated by the desire to eliminate debt and create a meaningful legacy for her family, Lillian's life took a poignant turn when she experienced the loss of her partner in August of 2024. This profound loss transformed her understanding of purpose and timing, igniting her commitment to help others prioritize what truly matters: time with loved ones, physical health, and financial freedom. Lillian is the creator of the 100-Day Savings and Debt Elimination Challenge, fostering a supportive community for those looking to increase savings and decrease debt. Participants can expect personalized coaching for 15 weeks, guiding them on spending habits and the development of tailored financial plans. Through this challenge, Lillian aims to help individuals establish emergency funds and eliminate a minimum of $5,000 in debt, leading to better financial literacy and peace of mind. Join Lillian on this transformative journey and the beginning on November 10th, 2024, and take the first step towards a future filled with purpose and financial empowerment. Join me right now as we hear from the prosperity nurse herself, the one and only Lillian Harden. Yes, 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 ladies and gentlemen, you heard that monologue, you heard that bio, and I am super excited. The message and the messenger you're going to be hearing from today is more needed in our country and honestly all around the world more than ever. This young lady, whether she's in Detroit, West Coast, East Coast, always trying to deliver value with a mission to help everyone from different walks of lives, especially those of us who have been battered a little bit by the economy, who have needed somebody to guide us when it comes to financial literacy, whether it's debt elimination, whether it's increasing your bottom line, whether understanding how to kind of get out of where you are right now and beat this inflation and rise to the top. The prosperity nurse herself is here to deliver. Ladies and gentlemen, for the very first and certainly not the last, the one and only Lillian Harden. What is going on, sister? How you doing today?
Ali, how are you?
I'm amazing. Thank God. Thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to get this message out to so many people who are in need of not only financial literacy, but I'm pretty sure you would agree with me, regardless of political views, regardless of left and right, people have been hurting over the last 4 to 8 years, and in some cases longer than that. And what you do is definitely something that is needed for people to just get ahead in life. So let's start with first and foremost. Talk to us about how and why you decided to launch such a company that is definitely needed, but most people usually go into things for the money, not necessarily for the mission, but it wasn't your case. Tell us a little bit about how this came
So,
about.
Prosperity Nurse came about in 2015 after I retired from the military. I had over um, 30 years of experience of helping people understand what their credit reports was, reading their credit reports, improving their credit score so that they can make sure that they keep their security clearance or get a security clearance. I helped people develop budgets. I helped them map out their careers, whether they wanted to stay in the military or get out the military. I assisted people on their journeys um, it's for their to become a a medical professional, whatever that may look like for them. Um, so I have spent many years mentoring and coaching um, people, whether it's again for their careers or for um, you know improving their financial economic status.
Absolutely. It seems to me that it comes second nature to you to want to help mentor or look after somebody. There's this sense of genuine energy that if I was sitting with you, though, we could have met just a week ago. You tend to have this ideology of like, hey, let's sit down and let me look after you. Let me look into what you are doing. Is that something that you grew up with? Because I know that, spending time in the service in the military, it could be making you a little bit of a tough cookie. And there's nothing wrong with being a tough cookie. Where does that come from of looking after people? Or is it from the military and the mindset of serving, others?
Well, you know, I was just I was just born um, a nurturer. Um, I've always looked after family members, friends. It's just who I am as a person. If I see a need, whether that helping someone that may need some food,
Yeah.
or assistance in any kind of way, I think being part of the military was just an extension of who I was, um, as far as wanting to serve others, wanting to serve humanity. It's just my nature.
Yeah, I love that about you, and just God's honest truth, it is felt from the very first time that we've spoken. So let's dive a little bit into, who do you help or who do you desire to help with the mission that you've put before your eyes and with Prosperity Nurse.
Well, the clients that I've typically helped, were single mothers.
Mm,
Um, I've even helped professionals, other registered nurses, other medical professionals. I have real estate professionals. I have found that, irregardless of how much a person makes, I have found that if they do not have um, financial literacy, they will always go paycheck to paycheck.
So let's say I refer my mother to you. She is in her
Yes.
early 60s. She does
Mhm.
a couple of nursing gigs on the side. She wants to
Mhm.
buy a house, and in her mindset, it's too late. I'm already past that age. Is financial literacy a factor in her mindset to think that it's too late for me to buy a house?
It's never too late.
Yeah.
If you have the desire, as long as you have breath in your body and you're here on this earth, it's never too late. Um, we want to live every day living out our passions. We don't want to leave this earth um, thinking of what we should have done or what we could have done.
Yeah.
So, if I can help that person, sit down, look at where they are, where they want to go, and map out the plan, assist them with getting the resources that they need, it's
I
worth
love
it.
that. Yeah, I love that.
It's worth
Uh,
it.
One of the things that you help your audience with and your clientele with is you provide budgeting classes. Can we talk a little bit
Hmm.
about that? What does that mean, or what does that look like?
Yes. So, in the past, what I've done was I've worked with people
Right.
one-on-one coaching. I've also have done like small group classes. But what we're moving toward here in 2024 is more online coaching courses and classes, um, along with video recordings that will provide a lesson. And then after that lesson, it will give you some action steps to help get you through what you've learned.
I love that. So you have a
Uh,
little bit of virtual tutorial or virtual modules, if you will, along with a personal touch whenever it's appropriate.
Correct.
That's great. And I say that's great because I'm a visual learner and I can sit across
Mhm.
the table and you can tell me what to do. But then having something on a visual format that you can say, here's step by step, just pause it and apply is something that makes an incredible, incredible difference. And I think you would agree with me too. It simplifies the absorption of the learning process. Some people cannot sit through a full, seminar on how to get your financial literacy in order. But if you give them a little small bites at a time, they probably have, a little bit of an impact. Now, you've done this for how long as far
Exactly.
as working with your clientele?
Oh, I've done this for over 30 years, and and I realized that everyone have a different learning style, and require different forms of learning. That's why we created the video course along with the small actionable steps, along with personalized coaching, so that we can tailor the learning as well as the action steps to each individual, because everyone is on a different journey.
Yeah, yeah,
What
you
I've
are not
learned with
lying there, sis. You are not lying.
Mhm,
Especially, look, I know people who are really, 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 really good at making money, but they're terrible at keeping it.
mhm,
My wife, my wife,
yes,
my wife took the credit cards and the debit cards from me, and she's like, "You're in timeout for in an indefinite period of time. You are no longer allowed to touch the card." I tell her, "Give me money. I'll show
mhm,
you how to spend it. I'm really good at that." But
yes,
it's usually bad discipline that really leads us, or a bad emotional relationship. I know myself. I've had a period of my life that I was homeless for 3 years. So when you go through
mhm.
that traumatic lack of having, and when you start having, you're like, oh, I'm probably going to lose it again. So let me just spend as much of it as possible and enjoy it while I have it. Uh, do you work with individuals on that aspect as well with their relationship with money, or is it just practical training?
You know what? We do, and I have worked with people from all spectrums of life. People that may have been homeless, people that uh, that's in poverty without any assistance, people that are in the middle class as well as the upper class. I have learned that irregardless of how much money we make, again, if we do not know what to do with that money, guess what?
It's going to get
People may
burned on the
start.
wrong stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I've seen them, making, upper six figures, but yet, they're borrowing, robbing Peter to pay Paul, and, and losing things because they don't know how to budget. They
Miss
don't have
Lillian,
those
did
controls.
you call my wife or something? I feel like you're talking about me right now. Hey,
You,
let's go ahead.
I say, and that's one of the things that I work with people with. Sometimes it's not just about the finances; it's about what's going on in your life.
Yeah.
What's going on with your emotions. Why are you doing this? What are your triggers? These are the things that I explore with people. Um, Money and the finances a lot of times is just a byproduct of
Who
what's
you are.
actually really going on the inside.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, I, I I
and
I could not agree with you more. I even see it in people where I think Steve Harvey said it best. He said, if you're a good person and you get a lot of money, you're going to become a better person. But if you're a bad person and you're given a lot of money, you're just going to become the worst jerk possible. In other words, money
Mhm.
just exposes really who we are, good and or bad. Lack of it or abundance of it is just going to expose really who we are. And we've seen how many millionaires or celebrities, they go on top of the world and then just like look at Mike Tyson at his peak and his valleys that he's gone through. And I can go on and on and on about many artists and many celebrities that I mean, heck, 70% of people in the United States who win a lottery lose it within 6 months, and then they go
Mhm.
worse than they ever have been before. And I think that's because of lack of that financial literacy. And let's talk about
Absolutely.
the results. As far as the results, you
Mhm.
have the ability to help the individual with confidence, the ability to help someone with practical step by step, the ability to
Mhm.
decrease that financial stress. And God only knows, again, financial stress is the number one cause of divorces in the United States. And I wouldn't be surprised if it is in the world. Do you work with couples as well, or have you worked with couples as well that you've realized that the removal of the financial stress had made the relationship better?
Absolutely. What I have found that a lot of times in with working with couples, there may be, maybe one of the, someone in the relationship who may not necessarily be honest, or honest in sharing um, their financial challenges and or um, where they are. I also find that issues when it comes to couples is just not being on the same um, having a plan together, and I
Yeah.
think that's what's important. You have to be speaking the same language so that you guys can get somewhere. And so I have worked with couples, um, but a lot of times, again, finances is just part of the area or part of the problem. You really need to come together with being able to have a vision and having that vision together.
I totally believe that. And the sad part about it, if you're not in the same page, especially if you have kids, it really, that's when that generational wealth or generational poverty truly starts to transcend to the next generation, because you're not actually communicating and or not even showcasing it. I have family members who literally, they do the 50-50, and I'll never forget my sister. She and her husband are amazing couple, but in the first half of their marriage, I'll never forget, we were having a conversations about, she was bumping heads with him a lot, and it had to do with
Mhm.
finances as well. And I simply asked, I'm like, well, do you both have a joint account? She goes like, oh, absolutely not. I'm like, okay, does he have access to your bank account? She's like, no. I'm like, do you have access to his? She goes like, well, no. I'm like, do you know how much money he brings in? She's like, no. I'm like, does he know what is your financial goal? What is your dream? What is your ambition? What do you no? And I'm getting these no, no. I'm like, you don't realize what's
Mhm.
happening here? You live in the same house, but you have two separate lives, two separate ambitions, two separate, habitats, if you will. And that
Mhm.
was the moment where, like, oh, we're married by paper, we're not actually married as a couple, like, and that's not necessarily a good
Exactly.
or a bad thing, but yeah, it's important to be on the same page. Let me ask you a question. Let's say I refer my
Yeah.
sister and her husband and or my mom that I mentioned earlier.
Mhm.
The question that they usually ask is like, well, why should I work with her? What would be your answer? Why should they work with you?
That's a great question.
And
Um,
a good one too.
yes. Well, by working with me, they're going to work with someone that is relatable. Um, I've been there across the board as far as the different spectrums when it comes to uh, finances.
Yeah,
They're going to work with someone that want to take the person first, that want to understand the person first. Okay. And understand that not everyone has the same plan, goal, aspirations, um, personalities, financial temperament. Um, and I'm able to meet you where you are. Okay. Um, so, and I understand that the plan has to be a plan for that person,
yeah,
something that's going to make them feel comfortable. Because at the end of the day, I'm just I'm just helping you um, become clear on what you on what it is that you want, and helping you uh, come up with an action plan and the resources to get there. I'm not here to judge you. I'm just here to help.
And that is an important piece. Especially, I think talking money is just as personal as talking about intimacy. I mean, I just call it for what it is. I
Mhm.
mean, you know, you can tell when someone is on their phone looking at their bank account, just the way they're holding their phone and how the behavior changes
Mhm.
versus I'm on social media, I'm on my phone for the money. I'm on my phone for the money.
Right.
I appreciate that. So here's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
With your permission, we gotta pay some bills.
Mhm.
So we're gonna take a little bit of a commercial break. You're gonna see a beautiful face right here that's going to let you know why and how you are to work with the one and only, the great Lillian Harden. And then we're gonna come back right after the commercial break. We'll be right back. Hey there, Ali Midawi here with the ME Studios. I am super excited to introduce you to Lillian Harden, founder of Prosperity Nurse. Are you struggling to save money or eliminate personal debt? Well, you're not alone, and Lillian is here to help. See, you get to join the 100-day saving and debt elimination challenge starting November 10th, 2024. In just 100 days, you'll receive 15 weeks of personalized coaching where you learn to track your spending and develop a financial plan tailored to your unique lifestyle. Imagine boosting your savings by up to $1,000 and reducing your debt by $5,000, all while connecting with like-minded individuals on the same journey as you are. It's more than just numbers. It's about living your life with purpose and creating lasting memories. Together, let's take control of our finances, decrease stress, and build a confident future. Visit prosperitynurse.com to learn more and register today. Let's start this journey and let's do it together. America is hurting right now. As a matter of fact, some people may even say America is broke. $31 trillion on deficit, credit, and debt overall is an all-time high. Think about in 2013, the average median income in the United States was $53,000 a year. That's in 2013. That is 11, almost 12 years ago. Today, according to the Department of Treasury, the average American citizen slash resident makes about $56,000 a year. That's $3,000 more a year. And if you really wanna break it down and see the craziness of it, in 2013, gas prices were under $2. In 2013, $300 will get you 2 weeks worth of groceries. In 2013, you used to actually have a little bit of leftover money at the end of your paycheck. Now, I'm not, again, here for any political views. I don't care what you believe, left, right. I believe they belong to the same old bird. But I am here to tell you that there is a true need for financial literacy so you'll never have to find yourself where you are right here and right now, which brings us back to the greatest of them all, Miss Lillian Harden, who we definitely want to dive a little bit more into how we can help the everyday average individual with financial literacy. But before we do, I got a question for you. Talk to me about Prosperity Nurse from a branding perspective. How'd you come up with that name and what was the inspiration?
Prosperity nurse. Well, first of all, it came out of the fact that I'm a registered nurse, and I realized that when someone is going through financial um, hardships or imbalance, it affects their health. It brings on stress, weight gain, early deaths. Um, I've seen the health effects um, that um, that comes along with um, economical hardships. Um, and so I found myself coaching and mentoring other registered nurses um, who um, who give of themselves to take care of others, but they're not taking care of themselves. They'll go and they'll work, and then I find that their financial situation is in shambles. You know, they're not able to feed themselves, having difficulty times getting to work, um, losing homes, yet they're taking care of other people. So I found myself coaching and mentoring, uh, a lot of these people, not just nurses, but military personnel as well. Um, and so prosperity nurse is born um, out of the desire to help others physically, mentally, spiritually, as well as financially. You have to have a balance.
Let's
That's where prosperity nurse came from.
I love that. Let's, one thing that you've mentioned, you talked about spirituality. It seems that the Prosperity Nurse brand and company is definitely faith based. And I believe that the good book, the Holy Bible, Jesus Christ, and the whole Bible, Old and New Testament, teaches us a lot about business and financials. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't really dive into spirituality and how much it can help on that aspect as well. How important is this spiritual aspect in what you do?
It goes hand in hand. One thing I say, what is it to gain the world and to lose your soul? Okay.
Mm.
Finances is important, but it doesn't replace your health. It doesn't replace those relationships with others. It doesn't replace um, the importance of quality time with your loved ones. It doesn't replace you living your purpose in your life, what you were born to do on this earth. Is more than just going to work and paying the bills.
Mm-hmm.
So finances isn't everything. It's just part of it. I say this, um, I'm currently on my own journey, okay? And I found myself, it can be easily done. I find myself giving um, to my employer. I found myself working overtime, making sure, my goal was to make sure that I was good when it came to retirement. Once I retired, um, I wanted to make sure that my family was going to be okay. But in this, I lost myself, and um, I lost my vision of serving humanity, because I was serving my employer.
Mm.
And um, and during this time frame, I lost my partner while I was at work.
Wow.
Yeah. Um, and he used to tell me, um, I don't care about the finances. I just want to see you. I want to make memories. And I'm like, oh, we got time. Let me make sure, we're good here, um, for retirement, for the future. And I can never get that back. And that is a pain that you don't want to experience.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't
And
want that for anyone.
yes, first of
So,
all, sorry for your loss, and my heart and
and,
sympathy goes out to you, because I don't care what anybody says. I mean, that's not something that you get over or you can heal from.
mm-mm.
You can keep on the smiles to keep the memory going and alive with you. But yeah, um I appreciate, you talk about a reason why. I appreciate you having that as a reason why and kind of continuing and moving things forward. Some of the
And
things that, go ahead, please.
I want to say something. And out of that, it made me realize what was more important. And if I can help anyone else get that work-life balance, to help them with their um, help them alleviate some economic stresses so that they can enjoy their family, so that they can spend those quality times and making those memories. That's what I want to do.
Yeah. I love that. You're looking here. One of your missions is to provide education on budgeting, on savings, on debt elimination, and crypto education. Let's talk about crypto for
Mhm.
a second. There's a lot of crazy shenanigans that happen in the crypto world, and a lot of
Absolutely.
people are very skeptical about using crypto, using it or not, for that matter.
Mhm.
What's your take on crypto and the just the overall scope of it?
Overall, as far as cryptocurrency, I think it is. I think it's going to play a big role in the future, especially when it comes to our retirement. I think you should not put all your eggs in one basket or in that basket, because there's a lot that can happen. However, I do think you should have a portion of your finances, or at least learn about it. Um, I think it's a good tool for investing.
Yeah, I think it's gonna have a huge impact on our future and the way things are done,
I agree.
moving forward in the future. All right, there's
Yeah.
a fun concept that you've put together, and I want to
Mhm.
dive into it because talk to me about the 100-day challenge. So it is for saving, it is for debt elimination. What sparked 100 days? Why couldn't it be 30 days or 60 days? Talk to me about the logic behind it.
That's well, I thought about that. Um, I chose 100 days because a lot of times it takes that amount of time to really develop new habits. I'm looking at the long term, okay? So I didn't want to, do a 3 day or a 5 day challenge or a 30-day challenge, and um, you get started, but you don't have enough momentum to continue on. I'm looking at with the 100-day challenge to um, build a community where people are able to help each other, as well as getting one-on-one um, education. I'm looking for a community where people can grow together, encourage each other, and it just takes that time, to take the time to really learn, uh, to learn new habits.
Yeah, and that challenge is starting November 10th, correct?
That is correct.
I
November
cannot
10th.
wait. Yeah,
Yeah. And in this 100-day challenge, it's something for everyone. Wherever you are, some people, you may have a grip on your budget. You may be doing well, and maybe you just want to save. So we have that component where we'll just help you find ways to save, and maybe you want to earn a little extra money. We can help you, figure out where you want to go, and resources to earn extra income, help you decrease or eliminate some of your spending, see where you're spending, for you to understand yourself, um, understand what motivates you, and yeah, and to help solidify a plan with action steps during this 100 days to get you where you want to go.
I love that. Where's the challenge going to be hosted? Is it in a private group? Is it in Zoom sessions? Is it how is it going to be delivered?
Yes. So we do actually have there will be some Zoom sessions as well as um, a private, the weekly, you'll receive a weekly training sessions.
Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I love it. More value, more value,
Mhm,
more value, and more value, and then
mhm,
there's some more value as well. I'll tell you what. I know I'm gonna be inviting my crew. Financial literacy is not an option anymore. Like it used to be like a cool
mhm,
thing to say. We need financial literacy so we learn about the future. Right now, nah. You need financial literacy because it's a survival thing that is needed more than ever. And again, I shared the numbers already. People are hurting, so I think this is going to be incredibly important. We're going to take one more commercial break, and after we come back, we're going to dive a little bit into the great, the one and only Lillian Harden, and you're going to love because she is. Talk about a woman of all trade. She's done it all, and I'm going to bring a lot more nuggets from Lillian Harden as soon as we come back. We'll be right back. Hey there, Ali Midawi here with the ME Studios. I am super excited to introduce you to Lillian Harden, founder of Prosperity Nurse. Are you struggling to save money or eliminate personal debt? Well, you're not alone, and Lillian is here to help. See, you get to join the 100-day saving and debt elimination challenge starting November 10th, 2024. In just 100 days, you'll receive 15 weeks of personalized coaching where you learn to track your spending and develop a financial plan tailored to your unique lifestyle. Imagine boosting your savings by up to $1,000 and reducing your debt by $5,000, all while connecting with like-minded individuals on the same journey as you are. It's more than just numbers. It's about living your life with purpose and creating lasting memories. Together, let's take control of our finances, decrease stress, and build a confident future. Visit prosperitynurse.com to learn more and register today. Let's start this journey and let's do it together.
I'm so
You
nervous.
make sure you register to that website immediately and right away. All right, so check this out. We discussed a whole lot about the foundation of Prosperity Nurse, the spiritual side of it, the practical
Mhm,
delivery mechanism on how, where, when, who, what. Right now, I want to dive a little bit into the woman herself and what makes
mhm,
her the right partner slash candidate for you to have her as a mentor, to have her as a partner in your journey, to have her someone who not only has 30 years experience, but has the passion and the reason why to back it up. So, Lillian, let's talk about one thing. I was reading at
mhm,
the break in here. I see a registered nurse, a real estate agent, notary, entrepreneur,
mhm,
mentor, retired senior human resources manager, career counselor,
correct,
military
correct.
women. I mean, can I
Mhm.
just sum it up and say, hi, Superwoman, how you doing today? Just glad we got to know who really Superwoman is.
I have
So,
been called that.
yeah, and rightfully so. You should be. The thing that made you who you are. You love to kind of evolve and grow into other areas.
I'm going to be honest. I see it all working together. So as I worked as a senior human resource manager, I was also working as in the medical profession um, at the same time. So I was human resource manager by day and nurse by night. Okay. Um, as far as real estate, I just about I have multiple people in my family that's in real estate, so it was just something that I grew up with, something that was just in me, and I just see it all going hand in hand.
Yeah, I love that, and I actually want to validate the point that you just said. I speak 5 international languages, and I am dangerous enough in marketing. I am dangerous enough in operations. I am dangerous enough in sales. I am dangerous enough with practical hands-on work. I'm dangerous enough to understand camera work. I'm dangerous enough to understand budgeting in a business. So having multiple layers to you actually is a good thing, and I believe it's also valuable, if you will. 30 years experience is a
Mhm.
lot of education and a lot of life learning lessons. If you were to say what was the if there is a big lesson or the biggest lesson that you've learned during your 30-year career, what would that be? Regardless to change in political climate, change in economic ups and downs, and of course change in technology as well. Now you got resources,
Mhm.
applications, and whatnot. So, what was the biggest lesson that you've picked up out of 30 years?
The biggest lesson I would say that I've learned out of 30 years is uh, make sure you take care of your people resources. When I say that, make sure you take care of those that you may supervise or family, friends. Um, Make sure you take care of those that's around you.
It's such a simple thing to hear and understand.
Mhm.
Yeah, not many are doing it. It saddens my heart when I see individuals um, living a life with their family as if it's going to be there forever, as if they're going to be there forever. And then out of nowhere, you start seeing a GoFundMe account. Please help us, bury our mom or our uncle or our grandpa. Why do you think there is this lack of urgency from a financial preparation for the people around us and for ourselves, even until it's pretty much too late for the most of the part? What do you think that is a thing that happens? Is it lack of education, or is it just bad mindset, or is it bad culture? Like, what do you see from a professional perspective?
That's actually something that I've thought about um, on numerous occasions. I think it's a combination. Um, Part of it is uh, a person's mindset. Maybe they think they have more time, and so they don't take the time to get their affairs in order. And then we have those who have the temperament of live today and let tomorrow worry about tomorrow. And so a lot of times, when they depart, um, they're not ready.
Mm,
They're in order. So, and then I think there's a component of people just, some people are just stuck with uh, just trying to make it today, trying to get through today. They can't think about tomorrow when they are so burdened down with today's pressures. And then we have those who um, just don't know. They don't know what to do. No one has ever talked to them about it. And so they're in that generational cycle. Um, it was good for the previous people. They didn't plan, and this how they did it. So that's how it goes on because they don't know anything else. Every situation is different. And so we have to take every person in their experiences uh, and look at it differently. Overall, I just think people are really focused on the right now, and they think they have time for the later.
yeah, a cultural standpoint, you hear cash is king, meaning we got to have cash, and credit is the queen. What's more important? Is it the cash or is it the credit?
They need both.
Oh, wow.
I don't think one is greater than the other
It,
because you need both.
I understand that there is less than 30% of actual money is printed money. The other
Mhm.
70% is all exchanged from one account to another. Um,
Correct.
is that why you're saying it's both important to have cash? Like, is cash still relevant with a world where everything is plastic and applications and face ID? Or is that something that you think really we shouldn't be worried about?
Now you need to be worried about it.
Really?
Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. We need to be. But see, you have to understand that um, the idea of money is changing. It's not necessarily um, because everything is going so digital, but you still need to have that money um, in that digital format, um, whether if you're going to use it. if that makes sense.
No, it absolutely does. It's just you hear so many conflicting messages. I got a question for you, and this is a personal question of mine. You know,
Mhm,
I'm sure you see it on social media. Everybody is some sort of
mhm.
guru nowadays. Like everybody knows
Right.
something. Everybody has a channel about teaching you. And there's a lot of conflicting
Mhm,
messages where again, there's somebody's
mhm,
like, you need to, take money against your life insurance. There's others who's like, you need to open a
mm,
trust and put an S corp and LLC underneath. And then you have others who's like, no, put your money in, gold and silver. And there's no, you got to put in a real estate. How do we declutter the noise, and should we listen to everything, or should we focus, or is it a case by case based on where we are in our journey? How do you how do you ignore the noise? Sometimes you can't even do that.
well, that's that's that is a great observation,
Yeah.
because we do have so many people out here um, giving advice, and and you have to look at who they're giving advice for and why. Okay,
Mhm.
it's not for, maybe you have to look at what's important to you. And I do feel like finances is individualized, individual sport, as I may say, because what's applicable for one person may not be applicable for you. And that's why you have to know where you want to go. Have
And
your plan developed toward where you want to go.
yeah.
Uh, you know, and develop those investment plans and those strategies around your personal goals. You can't follow a cookie cutter plan. Now you can use a foundation. There are some experts out there that have great plans if you don't know where to start. Dave Ramsey as being one.
Mhm.
Okay. Um, but is that for everyone? It may not be for everyone. You have to find out what's best for you.
Let me so if you were to put the top 3 things that you should
Mhm.
not do when it comes to finances in 2024, the top 3 things that you would say, avoid A, avoid B, avoid C, what would they be?
Top three things to avoid in 2024: avoid unnecessary consumer debt, avoid investments that you don't understand, avoid spending everything that you have.
Yeah. I love one thing that you stated, which was the avoid investments that you don't understand. I think we're so caught up on shiny object syndrome, if you will, where it's like, oh my God,
Mhm,
there's an opportunity for me to make 2,500% return in 3 days. Oh my God, there's an opportunity where I don't have to refer anybody or I don't have to do anything. I just got to put my money and it grows for me. And there's a lot of that. And that's kind of like what I was going back to earlier when I said there's a lot of
mhm,
noise out there. I mean, just today alone, I've had like 3 people who are like, Ali, ground floor opportunity, never like it before. I'm like, the person that I just talked to before, you said the same exact thing. And I love you and I appreciate your hustle. But no, thank you. Right. So how important is it for an individual to say no more often to things? Or it's like I love my wife. My wife, I don't even know what I'm gonna do without my wife. I'm not even gonna lie to you, Lillian.
mhm,
She states all the time, don't count on money that you don't have to spend things that
mhm.
you don't need to impress people who don't care. And that's so
Exactly.
factual, right? Like, I'm like, no,
Mhm,
but babe, we're projecting $25,000 in the month of November. She's like, that's cute. That's really cute. Projections mean nothing until it hits your bank account because you said that
exactly.
last month and we're not where we need to be, right? Like, so there's a lot of those conversations that end up happening. And it goes back to your expertise, gotta talk, gotta communicate, stay from investments that you don't
Mhm,
understand and don't spend money that you don't need to spend, especially if it's gonna go with a chance of it not coming back. Um, uh,
exactly.
yeah.
One
Uh, Go ahead, please.
one of the things that I advise people is when they're being pressured into, maybe a shiny object opportunity or something, I say, wait, you if if the opportunity is so great and they're trying to get you to depart with your money right now, if it's something that's good, it's going to always be there. It's going to continue to be there, whether you invest today or whether you invest tomorrow.
Mhm.
So wait, you know, wait 2 to 3 days or something, and before you make that investment or before you make that decision.
Kind of like
Same
check
thing with
an emotional thermometer, if you will, just to see if you really, really, really want to get it, or if you really, really need to have it, or not. Is that what I'm
exactly.
understanding here?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
You
Good.
you don't have to rush. Don't rush. You really should hesitate when you're being rushed to do something. So,
How important is that gut feeling when it comes to money? I mean, because I feel like we all make money with emotional decisions and we justify it later on. You know? But, "Oh, no, you
mhm.
don't understand, Liam. The real reason I needed to buy it is because it's one of a kind and they only have 20% off, and it's only 25 of them that they're making all year round." It's like, "Bruh, you already spent the money on it. Like, you already it's gone. Like, why are you justifying it
Mhm.
right now?" So, I love that. How important is an accountability partner when it comes to money? Or should you have just systems and, kinda work on your discipline?
It depends on your personality. We do have those who um, tend to do better. They're self motivated and they can hold themselves accountable. And if that's you, that's great. Let's get your plan together and get your resources, point you in the go, and then you go and make it happen. But I do find that a lot of times having that accountability, um, someone to remind you to help keep you on course. You know, I would say 90% of people tend to be fall in that category where they tend to do better when they have someone cheering them on in the background, when they have that coach and that accountability and that team and a group of like-minded people on the same journey, encouraging one another. You get that extra boost, and um, and you have just maybe if you tend to if you fall off or you fall down, you got that group, you have the team to help pick you up and say, come on, let's keep going, you can do this.
Let me, there it is no secret that money does make an impact on relationships, and
Hmm.
men and women have a different outlook on it, right? Where
Hmm.
men, it's almost a huge impact for men with a family to feel a different type of stress of, like not only I have to provide, but like my biggest fear is for my kids to ask me to do something and I say I can't afford it. Right? That is like a true kryptonite.
Hmm.
And then women tend to be more of, I want us to be okay for the future. I don't care about what you're getting us for the now. Um, and that creates that friction, right? Where you have the men saying, "No, I can afford it. We're going to be okay," and the woman is like, "No, we can't afford it. Don't spend it." How
Hmm.
do couple kind of coexist in their emotions when it comes to the priorities and the importance of money? Because look, I've been in circumstances where I would fight my wife to tooth and nail, and I mean in a beautiful argument between a couple of, no, trust me, we got to do it, and here's why. She's like, no, we can't afford it, we're not going to do it, and I, blah, but no, here's the thing: if we spend this $500, it won't make a difference tomorrow anyways, because we still need to make another $5,000. But if we don't spend this $500, we're gonna miss out on all these real emotions that are going, because
Hmm.
my mindset is inspired with the ideology of, I want to make my family proud. I want to make my kids happy. And my wife is like, I want us to have a future and retirement and college funds. How do you bring that that World War III of emotions in a calm, collected, let's figure this thing out while you're happy and while you're happy?
You know what? Now that is real life right there.
Yeah.
Um, coming together, understanding each person's temperament. th- The number one thing is going to be communication, understanding each other, and then developing um, where you guys will compromise um, to serve each other. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, is serving each other for the greater good.
Yeah.
Finances is just how you're doing the finances, that's just a byproduct of the real situation. Um, and communicating to each other exactly what it is, um, why you want to do it, um, and having that understanding help you both to be able to say, okay, I see your point and I see your point, but let's see what's going to help us together, you know, and making that decision. And and you have to compromise when you're dealing with two people. There's going to be a compromise.
Ooh, the
You have,
compromise world.
yeah,
Yeah.
where you can meet in the middle and be happy with your choices.
Well, yeah, and as we're, you've mentioned real life. Would you agree? And we'll put a pin on this one because we may enter in a whole different territory when we talk about couples, because that may
Hmm.
turn into a whole different session, right? um, if you as a couple are
Hmm.
arguing and fighting, like it's okay to have disagreement, right? Like to have different values or foundational thinking about how I want to spend our money and talk about, no, I want to
Hmm.
do A and you're saying, if a couple truly are having an unhealthy relationship about money, money was
Hmm.
never the issue in the first place. It was just exposing lack of communication, lack of alignment, lack of understanding one another, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And money was just the cause of them exposing that lack of alignment. So if you're having um lack or a different view of how you want to operate your finances is one thing, right? But if it becomes
Hmm.
unhealthy where you are walking out on each other and yelling at each other and cussing each other out, the money was never the problem to begin with. It was just a stepping stone into your real issues. Is that a fair
Exactly.
statement? Yeah.
Oh yeah. A lot of times finances will expose other issues in a relationship.
Hey, first and foremost, thank you so much for all the golden nuggets. Thank you for all the advice that you've shared with us. Thank you for the value and thank you for who you are. It takes
Thank
a
you.
true servant leader, a true spiritually minded human being to take the time to get uncomfortable and say, I am going to sit in front of a camera and I'm going to be drilled on all different things and I'm going to be giving answers after answers after answers after answers. And I can promise you, our audience is going to be very excited. And I want to do something
Mhm.
for your audience. So anyone, anyone that is watching or listening to this, if you've gotten this far, obviously you are the perfect candidate to work with Miss Lillian Harden. If you complete the full 100-day challenge with Miss Lillian, and this is for you, Miss Lillian, all I need you to do, as you know, we co-own a travel company. Let me
Mhm.
know John Doe and the email of John Doe, and we will send them a 4-night, 5-day trip to Mexico, all inclusive, food, beverage, and lodging. Obviously, they just got to cover their taxes, and whenever they're ready, they book their flight. But we will cover the lodging, we will cover the food, and we will cover their beverages as well. It's usually about $3,000. So anybody who starts and graduates the full 100 days, we would like from our studios, MA Studios, to gift to your audience a fully comped vacation to Mexico, just so we can celebrate anybody who does their part and puts an impact. Because when you do better, the whole country does better. When you do better, the whole community does better. When you do better, your whole family does better. So it starts with you. So to do our part and put our money where our mouth is, we're going to give away a vacation for anyone who completes the full 100 days. So pay attention, get started, and go all the way till the distance. The worst case scenario, you're going to have an incredible journey on your financial structure, on your discipline, on doing better financially, eliminating your debt, increasing savings, understanding budgeting. The best case scenario, you've done it and you're taking a vacation immediately after.
Yes. Thank you, Ali. I really appreciate that. And I'm sure that those completing the challenge will appreciate that as well.
Absolutely. Anything. Look, I believe in you. I believe in your message. I believe in your mission. And, we want to help you out to get this message out to the whole entire world. So if you're watching, if you're listening, make sure that you, in the copy, we're going to put the website, we're going to put the social media assets, email addresses, how you can connect with Miss Lillian herself. So take action. The worst thing you can do is nothing at all. When somebody reaches out to you and say, hey, I have what you need, all you got to do is reach out and ask, and I can advise, consult, work with you. Do yourself a favor, because you are where you are right now financially because of the decisions you've made 5 and 10 years ago. So you want to change the next 5 to 10 years. This is your call to action. Take action today. Go to the website. Make sure that you take part of the 100-day challenge and get your vacation as well. So with that, I'm gonna give you the last 30 seconds, Miss Harden, to share any final thoughts or any final message to anybody that is watching this message. The last 30 seconds go to you.
I hope you join us on our first savings/debt elimination challenge beginning November 10th, 2024 through February 18th, 2024. We are going to be working together to increase our financial literacy, to eliminate debt, increase our savings, and just have a better work-life balance, and having the ability to be able to create the lives that you desire by spending more time with your family, friends, and doing those things that's important to you. I hope to see you during this challenge. Thank you so much.
Love it, love it, love it. And with that, we love and appreciate you. And until next time, have a blessed day, everybody. Hey there, Ali Midawi here with the ME Studios. I am super excited to introduce you to Lillian Harden, founder of Prosperity Nurse. Are you struggling to save money or eliminate personal debt? Well, you're not alone, and Lillian is here to help. See, you get to join the 100-day saving and debt elimination challenge starting November 10th, 2024. In just 100 days, you'll receive 15 weeks of personalized coaching where you learn to track your spending and develop a financial plan tailored to your unique lifestyle. Imagine boosting your savings by up to $1,000 and reducing your debt by $5,000, all while connecting with like-minded individuals on the same journey as you are. It's more than just numbers. It's about living your life with purpose and creating lasting memories. Together, let's take control of our finances, decrease stress, and build a confident future. Visit prosperitynurse.com to learn more and register today. Let's start this journey, and let's do it together.